Do you know one thing? The age of IPC, CRPC, Evidence Act is 160 plus. Too old, right? Thus, recently in our parliament, these old age laws are renamed with so much of modifications. That is, IPC, Indian Penal Code, hereafter will be called as Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Criminal Procedure Code, CRPC, will be called as Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. Evidence Act will be called as Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. When we look back to the history, the mastermind behind this law in India dates back to 1860 during British colonial era. That is, Lord Macaulay played a significant role in bringing this rule in India through a first law commission in 19th century. We are also following the same so far with little modifications till date, but hereafter it will not be like so. Not only name, sections, provisions, articles, punishments, crimes, many things are updated. Thus, let's see the highlights of these three bills one after another. In the new IPC, that is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, it has only 356 sections now. You know one thing, earlier it had 511 sections. Similarly, in the new CRPC, that is Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, 533 sections are now available against the old CRPC, that is 498 sections. Likewise, in the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam, that is New Evidence Act, it has now 170 sections. Earlier it had only 167 sections. Likewise, many sections are repealed, modified, and new sections are introduced in these three acts. Let's look into the updated crime and its punishments quickly. In the new IPC, I mean Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, sedition is repealed. That is, inciting hatredness, disaffection against the government will not invite penal provision hereafter. But anything against nation is severely punishable. The second thing is, whenever we say punishment, it may be fine, penalty, jail term, or even a death. That's it. But now, community service is also included in punishment list. Another thing is, this is the very first time the meaning of terrorism is clearly defined in new IPC and made it as a punishable offense. And fourth one is, new provisions are added for organized crime, armed rebellion, and separatist activities. And another important thing is, indulging in sex with false promise or fake identity is a new offense hereafter. Also, for gang rape, the punishment is 20 years jail term. In case of minor gang rape, it will even invite life imprisonment or even death penalty. Likewise, for lynching, the minimum punishment is 7 years jail term and the maximum is life imprisonment also. Also, initiating children into crime attract minimum 7 to 10 years of imprisonment. Hereafter, snatching cases are made very stringent with a heavy punishment if it leads to injury or disability. Likewise, for hit and run case, the culprit shall attract imprisonment up to 10 years plus penalty also if he or she is not appearing before the magistrate. These are all some of the highlights of the newly formed IPC, that is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Now, let's see the significant things in the new CRPC, that is Criminal Procedure Code, which is rechristened as Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. First one is electronic FIR, that is eFIR. Thus, hereafter, any police station, irrespective of its geographical jurisdiction, can file FIR within the state. Another important thing is, there should be a designated police officer for every police station in a district to give notice to any form of arrest. Also, the progress of the investigation should be intimated to the crime victim within 90 days. Another thing is, sexual violence survivor statement must be recorded only by a woman judicial magistrate in presence of woman police officer at the victim residence itself hereafter. And another important thing is, summary trial is made mandatory even for a less serious crimes like theft, trespassing, etc. And another important thing is, after filing charge sheet, only 90 days of window period is allowed for investigating a case. Extension beyond 90 days will be granted only by court hereafter. Similarly, judgment should be given within 30 days after conclusion of the arguments. For some specific reason, it may go up to 60 days. Another important thing is, hereafter automatic bail will be available to the first time offenders after serving 1/3 of the punishment time. Likewise, rules are framed for commutation. That is, death sentence is only converted to life imprisonment. Similarly, life imprisonment will be converted only to 7-year jail term. Likewise, 7-year jail term is reduced only to 3 years term. That's it. These are all some of the significant updates in the new criminal procedure code, that is Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. Let's see some new things in the Evidence Act, that is Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. Hereafter, document means not only handwritten hard copy. It will include electronic or digital records, emails, server logs, files in a computer, smartphone gadgets, websites, even location data in digital device. All these things are hereafter considered as legal documents. And another important thing is digitization is must for evidence, FIR, archives, even disposal of cases, whatever. Digitizing the data is mandatory hereafter. Also, a register should be maintained for email ID and phone number in every police station. Plus, police must do video recording of search or seizure of any property. Hereafter, the role of forensic expert is mandatory for cases involving punishment of more than 7 years imprisonment. These are all the highlights of the new Evidence Act. I honestly believe this information is very, very useful to you. As a citizen, knowing this fundamental law is mandatory. Kindly like this video, tell your comments in comment section and share it to all. And above all, please subscribe for further videos. Meet you again. Till then, bye. Thank you.